friends, I'm back with another contrast paint update. Um, I know I was a little skeptical in my first video on my thoughts on these, but I spent the day yesterday, or some of the day yesterday, painting some complete figures. I want to show you the results I got, and then I'll talk about them. This is my Thrall. You know, they did a little water base on him. So take a look at what he looks like. And then we'll look at the side and back of him. Try to get this light off. Get you a little better look at him that way. And then this guy right here. It focuses. But as you can see, he's completely painted. And I also, besides the base on this guy, I got my soul render done here. If I can mess with this focus. See, he's got all the colors on him. And with drying time, he took about 25, 30 minutes. Um, he does look like he's been painted with watercolors, but it is, less time consuming than the other type of painting method. I have one more I want to show you. I want to show you this Electro Priest right here that I painted. And as you can see, he turned out probably the best, but as you notice, there's some metal painted on his weapon there and on the top and down there. And I don't know if this works for all the metal paints or any of the original paint line, but I took Stormhost Silver, right here, Stormhost Silver, and I mixed it down with this contrast medium, the technical contrast medium, and I mixed it basically down to the consistency of what one of these contrast paints is. Let's see if I can zoom down on what it looks like on the see if this works. And then see right here is, but as you can see, it's the consistency of the contrast paint. So if I take one of these other and I just paint on his little, this is the end of the part I want metal on him. It gives you a metal look on it, and it also tends to do the highlighting effect that you know that the contrast paints do. And that was one of my issues with the contrast paints, was I didn't like the way the metals came out. I didn't think that they were, I just using a non-metallic metal for a color, and like you're supposed to use the gray for the metal. I used a little bit. Uh, it was the Gray Knights Apothecary White. It's like a whitish gray. I used that. That was too light, and then I used the Space Wolf Gray is the color of the skin on the Namari. Yeah, so that wasn't really gray. And then where's it at? There's so many paints. But there's another gray, Ballesterum gray or something like that. that is, here it is, Ballicidium Gray. That's a lighter black, basically, than the Black Templar. But I've noticed if you do two coats of this Basilinum Gray, you get about the Black Templar, because I had painted this little Alapexi, my little shark guy from my Deepkin, and as you can see, I used the lighter gray, but his skin turned out darker than I had anticipated. And on these large flat surfaces, it looks splotchy and stuff. So I'm not 100% sold on the way that paint went on. Um, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to finish him up. I don't know if I'm gonna use the contrast paint mix with a metal for his armor or what, but I haven't mixed the contrast medium with any of the other paints other than Stormos Silver. This was an idea I had last night, and just to get some metal for my AdMech, and like I said, it basically turned the Stormos Silver into a type of contrast paint. Oh, it's hard to see. I'm trying to focus in better on it here. As you can see, it gave it a little bit of a metal finish, because if you look here on this part, this is that apothecary white. That is the gray metal tone I guess they would want you to use. And as you can see, the gray Stormhost silver mixed with the contrast medium has turned it basically into a contrast paint, and it was able to apply just like the contrast paints, and it dried in a fashion that I like. I like the fashion that it dried in. So I'm really happy with that fact that I can do that. And I know I was just going to make two videos on this, but I'm going to continue to mix paints with this contrast medium and also mix colors of contrast to see if I can't get the recipe of colors and whatnot that I'm looking for. But I'm going to leave it here now, and that's about it. So, for Crazy Gamer Games, I'm the Crazy Gamer. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.